Hello, I am Douglas Drummond. I'm a professor here at Kyushu University, and today I will talk about our international graduate programme in the Faculty of Agriculture, where we have the Graduate School of Bioresource and Bioenvironmental Sciences. The world today is facing many challenges. The United Nations has set out a series of goals as sustainable development goals. In other words, development should be accompanied by sustainability. Well, our postgraduate course studies many of the very diverse topics that are related to achieving these goals. And these topics include things like the environment, agriculture, food science, use and production of natural products, and all aspects of these subjects from the basic science underpinning them through to economics and social impacts of farming policy, for example. And overall, the bioresource and bioenvironmental science research at Kyushu University aims to develop sustainable methods of food production and the sustainable use of natural products and resources. The Graduate School of Bioresource and Bioenvironmental Sciences has 4 departments who teach 9 different courses. The Agrobiological Sciences course within Bioresource Sciences consists of research laboratories researching in the topics shown. The overall aim of these laboratories is to maximize agricultural production in the most efficient way possible and to make most efficient use of agricultural resources. The Animal and Marine Bioresource Sciences course focuses mainly on agricultural use of animals and maximizing the efficient production of animals within agriculture. The marine sciences aspect looks at all aspects of marine bioscience and the sustainable use of marine resources. In agro-environmental sciences, the bioproduction environmental sciences course focuses on the more environmental aspects of agriculture and again attempts to find ways to maximize utilization of environmental resources, but in a sustainable way. The Agro-Environmental Sciences course in Forest Environmental Sciences looks at all aspects of forestry, ranging from the growth of the plants and trees found in forests through to commercial management of forests, and at the same time considers environmental conservation related to forestry. Agro-environmental sciences, sustainable bioresources sciences, looks at the use of forest products, which can cover everything from trees to other natural products found in plants or fungi found within the forest environment, but at the same time, again, focuses on the sustainable use of these resources. The Agricultural and Resource Economics course focuses more on aspects of social science related to agriculture and environment. So this is more concerned with the economics and policy development related to agriculture and at the same time to conservation of the natural environment. The Bioscience and Biotechnology Molecular Biosciences course aims to understand living organisms at the molecular level, and research covers all aspects from basic science to the applications of molecular biosciences. The Bioscience and Biotechnology course in System Bioengineering looks at living organisms from a systems perspective. It considers the complex interactions that occur within and between living organisms. and also looks at ways in which system bioengineering can be used in practical applications. The Bioscience and Biotechnology course in Food Science and Biotechnology looks at all aspects of food, ranging from nutrition through to food production processes and food safety. There are two graduate education programs in bioresource and bioenvironmental sciences. One is the standard program, which is taught entirely in Japanese, and you need to be fluent Japanese speaker to join this program. However, we have a second program, which is the international graduate program, which is taught entirely in English and is intended for international students. I will introduce the main aspects of the international graduate program, covering the language, the course itself, and information about the enrollment and tuition fees. All of the lectures and all of the written work on the course are conducted in English. So knowledge of Japanese is not required in order to join the course. However, students are given the chance to learn Japanese in a range of Japanese classes. These classes are not compulsory, but they are recommended as they will help enhance your daily life and ability to communicate in Japan, and importantly, to help your communication with Japanese students in the research laboratory where you will be carrying out your studies. The course itself starts in October for master's and doctoral students, and in addition, the doctoral program also has a start date in April, which is the normal start date for students on the standard Japanese taught course. There is a one-off enrollment fee of 282,000 yen, or about $2,500 US, and then an annual tuition fee of 535,800 yen, or about $4,800 US. Because Kyushu University is a national university, these fees are substantially lower than other private universities in Japan and compare favorably with the fees paid in many countries worldwide. In addition, there is a support system available which will give exemption to part or all of the entrance fee and tuition costs. The exact level of exemption depends on various conditions, but international graduate students can have anything from 1/4 to full exemption from the fees. You should inquire about the details of this system if you're interested in taking advantage of it. I'll now introduce the curriculum for the master's course and doctoral course. The master's course is a 2-year program, and in the first year, topics cover the master's thesis research, which is the original research that you would do in the supervisor's laboratory, as well as practicum work, core subjects, advanced subjects, which are usually taught as lectures or seminars, PBL courses, which is problem-based learning classes, and some other general topics. The credits for the core courses are usually accumulated by the end of the first year. In the second year, students then focus entirely on the master's thesis research and practicum work. So the doctoral course is a more advanced course of study and takes 3 years. In the first year, you cover research training, which is the original research work which you do in the supervisor's laboratory, as well as practicum work, advanced topics, and tutorials. In addition, you take other classes such as Vision Design Subject and Advanced PBL, along with other research students from other research laboratories. So it's a very good way to meet other students and to socialise. These classes cover topics related to project work and project management, such as backcasting and OODA loop for specific decision-making within the overall strategy of the project. The credits for vision design subjects and advanced PBL and any other recommended subjects are usually accumulated by the end of the first year, and then in the second and third year, the research students will focus entirely on the research training, practicum work, advanced topics and tutorials within the laboratory of the professor who is hosting them. Before you apply to join the master's or doctoral course, there are some important preparations that you should undertake. So these include identifying the research field which you wish to study and finding a laboratory supervisor whose interests match yours. So how do you select the research field? Well, a very good source of information is to consult the Kyushu University Agriculture website, and the website is available in English if you follow this link. The top page of the website, if you select the research option on the web page, and then select laboratory from the research submenu, which opens, you'll be taken to a page which shows the various laboratories within the graduate school. So for example, if we select agricultural and resource economics, a list of the related laboratories will open, and from within these, you can select particular laboratories that interest you, such as environmental economics in this case. An individual web page will then open for that topic, which will give a little bit more background information, a link to the laboratory's own website, and a list of staff in the laboratory. So having selected a field of study that you're interested in and a particular laboratory, you should then try and match with a particular supervisor within that laboratory. So within most laboratories, you will find several professors, and you should try and find the professor who matches most closely with your research interests. You then contact the professor by sending them an email in which you should describe yourself, information about what you've learned. Sending a CV is usually very helpful, and also describe the research that you'd be interested in doing at Kyushu University. So it's very important that you increase your knowledge about the supervisors and their individual research topics. So how do you actually contact the supervisor? Well, again, the information is in the research pages of the website. So in addition to links to the laboratory website, there is the list of staff. And by selecting the individual names of the staff members, you'll be taken to an individual website, which will give some more details about that staff member. And importantly, will also include their contact email address. If you have any questions about the course or inquiries about how to proceed or require any other assistance, then please contact us using this email address. I'll now talk about the schedule for applications. And there are two main types of application that you can make. One is called the general application, and the other is a scholarship application. A general application is for students who either have their own funding or already hold a scholarship. In this case, you begin by contacting potential supervisor and finding a supervisor who will agree to host you as a research student. In the second step, you complete an application form and you submit the application documents to the university. So if you wish to enter the master's or doctoral program in autumn of a particular year, then you should begin the process in the preceding year. So in the October of the preceding year, you should begin by contacting potential supervisors who, if they're interested in hosting you, will conduct an interview. Then during December and through to January of the following year, you should complete and submit the application documents and a final decision made by the end of April. There are two other opportunities to apply during each year, and in all cases, successful candidates begin the course in October. All applications have an equivalent chance of success. In addition to October entry for doctoral courses, it's also possible to begin the course in April. In this case, you would begin the process in the preceding year in October and November by contacting potential supervisors, and then you must submit the application documents during December, and a final decision would be made by the end of January. You would then, if successful, begin the course in April. If you wish to apply for a scholarship, which is administered by Kyushu University, then you should follow the scholarship application procedure. For the master's course, there is a scholarship available from the Asian Development Bank called the Japan Scholarship Program. To qualify for this scholarship, the applicant needs to be a national of an ADB borrowing member country. They also need to have at least 2 years of full-time work experience and be no more than 35 years of age on January 15th of the year that they wish to enter the course. If you're interested in the scholarship, please check on the website for further details about the guidelines. The application procedure has 4 steps in it. In the first step, you contact potential supervisors. In the second step, you enter the application documents online. In the third step, you have an interview procedure followed by a primary selection and screening. Successful candidates from step 3 will then prepare application documents for the ADB GSP scholarship. So the procedure should begin in October of the year preceding the year where you wish to enter the course. Online entry of the application is made in November. The interview and preliminary screening take place in December. And for successful candidates, the application is prepared and submitted during January. And a final decision by the university is made in March of the successful candidates, who are then recommended to ADB, who will then consider the applicants and make their final decision of whether the applicants are approved by the middle of July. For doctoral courses, there are 2 scholarships available. One is from MEXT, which is the Japanese Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology. So this is a MEXT scholarship where candidates are recommended by Kyushu University. There is also a Kyushu University Faculty of Agriculture scholarship as well. For the MEX scholarship, applicants must be a national of a country that has diplomatic relations with the Japanese government, and they must currently be resident outside of Japan, as well as being under 35 years of age on 1st of April in the year during which they wish to enter the course. A maximum of 8 student recipients of this scholarship with a stipend of 148,000 yen per month. In addition, the scholarship covers admission and tuition fees and travel expenses for the students. For a Kyushu University Faculty of Agriculture scholarship, applicants must have a nationality other than Japanese and again be under 35 years of age on the 1st of April in the year that they wish to enter the course. In this case, the scholarships are limited to 2 students with a stipend of 147,000 yen per month. However, this scholarship does not cover admission and tuition fees or travel expenses. Please check the website, which contains full details of the guidelines and requirements of these scholarships. Timeline for applying consists of 4 steps. Again, to enter the course in a particular year, you should begin the procedures in the preceding year. So beginning in October of the year preceding when you wish to enter the course, you should contact potential supervisors. During November, you make the online entry of the application, and in December, the interview process would be carried out. For the applicants who were successful from the preliminary screening, they would prepare their next application documents during January of the year when they hope to enter the course. The university decision is made by the middle of March. The university's decision is final for the Faculty of Agriculture scholarships. However, for MEXT, the university selects the candidates and the candidates are then forwarded to MEXT. MEXT then considers the applicants and makes a final decision in mid-July. If you're interested in these scholarships, you do not need to limit your application to one scholarship or the other. It's possible to apply for both the MEXT and the university scholarship at the same time. There are also scholarships where you must apply to each organisation. These include MEXT scholarships with embassy recommendations, the JICA JDS programme, or scholarships which may be provided by your own government. For MEXT embassy recommended scholarships, application and selection procedure is carried out by embassies and consulates general of Japan in overseas location. So for these scholarships, you should contact your nearest Japanese embassy or consulate for details of the application process. The procedure consists initially of applying directly to the embassy or consulate general of Japan in your country, followed by a first round screening of documents, a written examination, and an interview. Candidates who are successful in the first round then proceed to the second round, where they select and contact potential supervisors and have a second interview. So the timeline for the procedure begins in February and March with application to the embassy and consulate general, followed by the first round of screening during April and May. The results are then assessed and a final decision made in August. Successful candidates then proceed to second round screening between October and February of the following year. Following completion of the second round of screening, decision is made and successful candidates can either begin in April if they're doctoral candidates, or begin in October if they're successful master or doctor candidates. The next program we'll discuss is the JICA JDS program. This again provides scholarships for both master's and doctoral program, and specifically targets highly capable young officials who are mainly government officials. The number of scholarships available will depend on your country, as shown here. To apply for these scholarships, you should contact the JDS project office in your home country. So the graduate course in Bioresource and Bioenvironment at Kyushu University has over 600 students. Of these, about 1/3 are international students. Of these students, 32% of the master's students have scholarships and 55% of the doctoral course students. Thank you very much for your attention. More information is available on our website, and you can contact us for further details or if you have any questions about the courses or the application procedure. We look forward to you joining us here in Kyushu University.